morning everyone. This is Ayushi. Let's continue our English class for class 7th. So students, after understanding how to frame a story writing, now today we are going to start summary. Summary is the summing up of main points from a longer passage. So in this we will learn how to summarize a paragraph or a passage. So without any delay, let's get started.
I hope you all have done your story writing properly. Now, today we are going to start the next topic, that is summary. So, what is summary? A summary is a shortened passage which retains the essential information of the original. Means, whatever you are going to be write, that suppose in the passage a lot of a very longer one passage is given to you, you have to shorten it, you have to short that passage, okay, which retain the essential information. Means whatever the information is given in that particular passage, in the longer one, you have to collect all the information and then you have to put it into your passage, but in the brief manner. Okay, it is a fairly brief re- restatement in your own words. The main important point you have to keep in your mind, that in your own words, okay, of the content of the passage. Fine. So you simply report back what the writer has said. Without means simply you have to report whatever the writer has said. Suppose you watch a movie, after that you are coming, you come to your house, and then you are explaining to your parents what did you watch. So what do? You just tell the brief one. Okay, you don't tell each and everything, each and every scene you don't explain, isn't it? So same that kind only passage will be given to you, the longer one. You have to summarize it, all the main important point you have to keep in your mind, and then you have to write down. Okay, without making value judgments. Means whatever the most important elements are there, you have to collect all the information and then you have to write down the passage. Okay, you have to shorten the passage. Understood? Now the next one, that is main 5 steps you have to keep in your mind to writing a summary. So what are these? First of all, read it until you understand. Take notes. First of all, read it carefully. The whole passage you have to read it carefully. If once or twice you are unable to do it, you are unable to understand, then read it thrice and 4 times. Okay, identify the author's most important point. Okay, whatever the author wants to say, that you have to keep in your mind. Accordingly you have to put your heading. Write your summary from your notes. Check your summary again the original. Means again just check out the summary, whatever you have written. Again check out, maybe you have missed out some important point, so you have to rewrite again. Okay, revise and edit your summary for errors. Suppose sometime it happens, first time you are writing, so first of all write down the summary in the rough, then do it in the fair one. Okay, so first of all you have to read it, understand the point of view, whatever author want to say, then write down in your own word, make the summary notes, okay, in the rough one. Then check your summary against the original. Again you have to check, you have to tally all the point that you have jotted down. Okay, revise and edit your summary for errors, then you have to write in the fair one. Okay, and no need to copy exactly whatever the lines are mentioned in the passage. Understood? As in the beginning only I have told you, you have to write in your own words. Okay, now just see one example I have mentioned over here so that you can easily understand how to do it. See the very bigger one passage I have mentioned. Now we will see later on how are we going to summarize it. Okay. Now see, to read a lot is essential. Means by this only one point we understood to read. Like here we are talking about reading. Okay, is essential means is important. It is a stupid not to venture outside the examination set books or the textbooks you have chosen for intensive study. Generally what happen, it is very much we are doing a silly mistake that for the only for the examination we are reading. Okay, only we are learning from the textbook, we are not doing any kind of reading from the outside one. Okay, means we are not reading any book from the outside instead of our course. Read as many books in English as you can, not as a duty, but for pleasure. Pleasure means happiness. Okay? Do not choose the most difficult books you find with the idea of listing and learning as many new words as possible. Generally we think now we are going to start reading, then we will choose a difficult one. No, you have to choose a very simple book that you can easily understand by yourself. Choose what is likely to interest you and be sure in advance. Okay, means after reading that book you will understand all the points, as well as it will create your interest, so that you will be eagerly aware, you will eagerly go to somewhere to purchase the new one. Okay, it's not like the first one you are taking a very difficult one, and then second time you are not going to read even a simple book. Okay, so that is not too hard. Okay, it is up to you, but take the simple one books. You should not have to be constantly looking up new words in the dictionary. Suppose you are reading a page, like we are reading this page. Okay, so what will happen if each and every word we are going to each and every word we have to look up in the dictionary, then what will happen? Then we will become bored, isn't it? So it should not be like this. If you are reading something, any book you are reading, then words should be very simple, so that for each and every word you are not supposed to go for the dictionary. Okay, for that deadens interest. It what will happen then? Then it will dead your interest. Okay, and checks real learning. Look up a word here and there, but as a general policy try to push ahead guessing what word mean from the context. Now see, I know very well you, why after reading this you will be understanding like all the meaning you don't know. Like for intensive reading, intensive means huge one. Okay, very in a very vast manner. Fine. Like maybe pleasure you don't know the meaning, but after reading the whole sentence, like read as many books in English as you can, not as a duty but for pleasure. After reading the whole line, definitely you are easily able to understand the meaning of this word after reading the whole line, isn't it? So same this thing is given, guessing what word mean from the context. It is extensive and not intensive reading that normally helps you to get interested in extra reading and thereby improve your English. Definitely it is extensive. Again, the vast one we are talking about. Intensive means like you are reading your textbooks, your set books, those are for the examination. Means you have to go through all the books very deeply. Okay. Extensive means vast, like you are reading so many books for improving your English. Okay. You should enjoy the feeling which extensive reading gives. As you read, you will become more and more familiar with words and sentences patterns you already know. Definitely, you know, so many of you can easily understand the meaning of these lines, but still, you can see that whatever the grammatically we are using, we are learning grammar, all the grammar portion we have used over here. Okay, so the sentence pattern we have used, whatever we are learning. Fine. Now see, as you read, you will become more familiar with the words and sentences pattern you already know, understanding them better and better as you meet them in more and more context. Definitely, as as soon as you will read, as soon as you will finish your one book, then second, then third book, definitely you will see changes in you, some of which may differ only slightly from others. Definitely, some of the books are differ that you think these are too difficult, but after reading so many simple books, then you can easily read the difficult one also. Some people say that we cannot learn to speak a language better with the help of a book, to believe that the spoken language and written language are quite different things. This is not so. Like that some people say that we cannot learn to speak a language. Like if you want to speak a language, then you cannot learn from the books. No, it's completely wrong. It's not like that. While reading the books also we learn a lot, and even after that we can do a lot of practice, and then we can easily speak in English. So I think we have understood this passage clearly. We are talking about reading in this. Now see how to shorten it. Okay, so that is the answer. First of all, you have to write down the heading. Now you can see I have just shortened in a very hardly I have used half I have done the paragraph. First of all, you have to identify the heading. The importance of extensive reading. Extensive, vast means we have to read a lot of books, as many as we can read. Reading is essential. We have changed see, meaning is same, but we have changed the framing of the sentence as we have converted into in our language. Okay, we must read not only textbooks but also other books, not as a duty but for pleasure. We must not choose difficult books which need the use of dictionary often. Means for each and every word you are going to go through the dictionary. We cannot do like this. Instead, we must read books that we find interesting. If we find any difficult words, we must try to guess the meaning of the words from the context. Okay, context means from whatever we are reading, the textbook, the text page, and try to avoid using a dictionary. It is extensive and not intensive. Intensive, as I told you, intensive like you do for your studies, for your exams, that is your intensive reading. Extensive, simply just go through the reading like the story. We like suppose you watch the movie even nowadays in English web series or whatsoever, then we understand, we don't know all the meanings, isn't it? Only we understand the concept, fine, so we can easily watch. Reading that will improve our English. Opinions differ as to whether or not one can learn to speak a language better with the help of a book or not. So, like in the last paragraph, what we did, opinions differ. Some people say that you can learn English only first. You can learn English to speak a language better with the help of a book or not. So, like all the information we have gathered over here, but we have changed into in our language. Okay, and student, one more important point you have to go through, you have to write down the summary in one paragraph only. You cannot change paragraphs 1 2 3 4. Only in one paragraph you have to write down, you have to complete your summary. Okay, now this is your work, student, that you will not do. This is your work, the paragraph I have given to you, the passage I have given to you. You have to write down this in your notebook, in the project notebook, and then summarize it by yourself. Okay, and do it as much as creative you can do. We are what we eat. The type of food we eat has both immediate and long term effect on us at all the three levels: the body, the mind, and the spirit. Food which is tamsic means stale or leftover. Stale, like suppose morning food you are having in the evening, that is called stale food. In nature is bound to generate stress as it tends to upset the normal functioning of the human body. Fresh food, whenever available, must be preferred. Excessive use of condiments means like suppose we use a lot of spices for enhance the flavor of the food. Okay, so excessive means the huge amount of use of condiments should be avoided. Taking piping means very hot tea or milk or steaming hot food also disturbs one's usually calm attitude. Means when it will come to the according to the room temperature, then we should have. Further, it is a mistaken belief that smoking and drinking, even in moderation, relieves stress. Like it was mistaken belief, like smoking and drinking, it is good for relieve stress, but it's not like that. Simple meals with one or two food items rather than too many dishes are advisable. Means we should have simple meals, not the more than one, more than two or three. Thus vegetarian diet is preferable. Although it is customary to serve fruits with food, it is not right thing to do. This is because different kind of digestive secretions are produced by stomach for variant foods. Mixing up too many varieties of food items at one meal creates unavoidable problems for the digestive system. So I hope you can now easily identify that what are we talking about in this passage. So first of all, write down the heading, then summarize it in your own words and in one paragraph only. Okay students, thank you.